And on this segment of Black Spring with Autumn, hope you guys are doing well out there. And we will see what shakes loose. Let's see. See what shakes. See what shakes loose. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in again on this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. And if you were just joining us, I promised a video, and I'm going to bring that to you momentarily. But first, let's have a shout out to our friends over at Rumble. All right, and of course, it's always important to check your status around here, and that's it. That's exactly what we're gonna do. All right, it's always important to know that status. Here we go. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So let's go back to the issue at hand. I want to first I want to go ahead and give you that story coming out of Yahoo News regarding San Francisco saying, employers saying, hey, you gotta stay at home, my friends, take it to the house. Well, it's actually the government employees saying, take it to the house. It's not safe in these streets. Okay. So I'm going to give you full screen on this. Hope you guys are doing well out there. And thank you guys for coming into my little impromptu situation just briefly. So just to know, just so you can see that it's really me. It's me. I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take you. This is the working on the studio. Still working on it. Okay, but let's get going here. I'm gonna get off the screen here. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in here. Hope you guys are doing well out there. And I want to say hi to Mentally Illest Radio. Hope you're doing well out there. Thanks so much for tuning in. All right, so let's have a look at this liner, and then we can go to those testimonials that I was talking to you about earlier. All right, so first we start off with hundreds. This is from Yahoo News. Hundreds of government employees in San Francisco told to work from home due to high levels of crime in the area, report says. So it looks like this came out yesterday from Jyoti Man, or the penman, Jyoti Man. All right, so we have a couple of points here. Says some government staff in San Francisco have been told to work remotely, a report says. Department of Health and Human Services staff were asked to work from home due to local crime. The city has been battling a drug epidemic and a homelessness crisis in recent years. Hundreds of employees at the Department of Health and Human Services in San Francisco have been told to work from home due to the high level of crime in the area around its office, the San Francisco Chronicle reported. The department recommended that employees worked remotely, quote, for the foreseeable future, end quote, the report says, citing an August 4th memo sent to staff, a copy of which the Chronicle said it had obtained. The advice was given to workers, quote, in light of the conditions at the federal building, end quote. Cheryl R. Campbell, Assistant Secretary for Administration at the department, said per the report. The federal building is located at 97th Street. That's 97th Street in San Francisco, which is known to be a drug hotspot, with dealers often peddling drugs near or across the street from the building, the Chronicle reported. Two men were charged in May on suspicion of carrying out drug deals in full view of surveillance cameras from the federal building, per a June press release from the U.S. Attorney's Office. San Francisco has been battling a drug epidemic and a homelessness crisis in recent years. California Governor's Office said in June that in just 6 weeks, the California Highway Patrol had seized more than 4 kilos of fentanyl in the Tenderloin and the, quote, immediate surrounding area of San Francisco. It claimed that this was, quote, enough to kill, end quote, the city's entire population nearly 3 times over. Elon Musk has also spoken out about crime in the city where his company, X, formerly known as Twitter, is headquartered. Quote, violent crime in SF is horrific, end quote, Musk said in a tweet in April. Following the fatal stabbing of a Cash App creator, Bob Lee, many also labeled San Francisco a, quote, lawless, end quote, place to live. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services didn't immediately respond to a request for comment from Insider. Okay, so apparently, you can grab this original article. I'm not sure if this was watered down at any, I'm not sure if it was watered down. Hi, it's Derek C. Williams. Oh my gosh, you know what? I said this. I'm going to be putting this. I'm so glad you came in. Derek C. Williams says he's in relaxed mode. Expect you to Black Spring with Autumn. Intelligence done right. A quick pop in from Philadelphia. Well, Derek, you're always welcome here, and you're just in time because the pendulum is on its way. It's coming out right now. I'm going to play some testimonials for people who are, for the lack of a better phrase, fed up. But I don't know if they're not saying the right buzzwords. So we'll see. But you guys, are they saying the right buzzwords? You guys decide, okay? Because I'm all about that on here. And who knows? I might even throw in some New York activity going on with Mayor Eric, whatever. Derek C. Williams says London Breed is the mayor there. You can defecate and urinate on the streets there and no arrest if you do it. That's true. It's hip to be yuck. Gross. All right, so let me go ahead and share these little testimonials. If you guys have anything to contribute, tell me the temperature in your area. Let me know. I didn't say the air quality idea. I haven't checked it in a while. We can check that too. Is there anybody out here in the audience or within the sound of my voice near Corona Chuck, aka Keith Charles's doomsday clock? Please chime in on that as well. But for now, let's go and have a listen to the people that are giving everyone is broken tired. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And here we go.
Hey, I have a question. How are we affording life right now?
This is how cold it is in my flat right now. Can you see? I can actually see my breath. It's gonna be a long winter.
Writers, actors, UPS workers, everybody going on strike.
I have come to the realization that they just not paying nobody.
The government literally announces that aliens exist and nobody is phased.
That is literally because nobody is getting paid enough to care. Come here. At this point, we're tired of living through historical events like every other week, right? Rent too high, groceries too expensive, gas way too pricey, right? It is like the 4th day in a row where it's been 110 degrees. The alien thing is like on the back of the list.
I get up every morning at 4:30. I let my dog out, feed him, get him situated, play with him for a little bit. 5 o'clock, I start getting ready for work. I'm out the door by 6. Sometimes I stop for breakfast, sometimes I don't because I make it at home. I get here. My shift starts at 7 in the morning. I work from 7 to 4. Leave for the day. Take me about 45 minutes to an hour to get home because of traffic. I do this every day for 5 days a week just to get a damn paycheck that leaves as soon as it hits my account. All this to say, I got a job. Don't get me wrong. My dude, he works sometimes 12-hour days. He come home, he hurting, he sore, he tired. I'm hurting. I'm mentally tired from dealing with people all damn day and their attitudes. Y'all, I am stressed the out. And what's crazy is that this paycheck barely even helps. Barely. I shouldn't have to feel guilty because I want a new pair of scrubs. Or me and my dude want to go out for a nice dinner because we deserve it because we work hard. I don't drive a $100,000 car. I drive a regular ass fucking Jeep. He drives a regular damn SUV too. I don't wear Jordans. I don't do all that shit. I live a very simple life. The only splurge I have is getting my nails and my feet done. Hell, I just started YouTubing how to do my own damn hair. I shouldn't have to feel guilty because I want to do something for myself. Y'all, I'm so stressed out. I need to clock in at 7 o'clock, which is literally in 2 minutes. And I'm at work. I just don't want to go in this bitch. Like, I'm sick of coming here out for me to get a paycheck that barely even, it barely even helps. It seems like the only motherfuckers happy is the damn crackheads and the millionaires and millionaires. The working class people stressed the out, her falling out. They can't even go to the damn doctor to check on themselves because they jobs is full of shit. Hell, jobs don't even want to let you out for a damn vacation. Y'all, I'm stressed the fuck out. Like, at this point, like, what's the point? Just to say that I got a damn job?
So how much more is going to have to happen for all of us to decide collectively to just start striking? Like, what else is going to have to happen before we all get together and decide we not taking it no more? Because I'm waiting for everybody to decide to quit their jobs. They can't punish all of us. They're going to have to do something. If we all just stop working, we all stop paying rent, they can't put everybody out. So when is enough? Tell me, because I've been ready to quit. Okay? I'm ready whenever y'all are. The current state of the world, it can't be sustained like this for too much longer. It's not possible. The rioting, the striking, the hottest summer ever, the sea animals are revolting, the aliens, it's the series finale, guys. It's about to be done anyways. We might as well go out with a bang and quit paying all this rent and do some traveling, see some sights that we ain't never seen before. Honestly, I think it's time, guys. I think it's time.
Here's the short version. We went to the same Costco in the same town in Southern Oregon and bought all the same stuff as I did 8 years ago. Back in 2015, this cart of food cost $139.76. That's a lot of food. That's a full shopping cart of food. It's all mostly healthy because that's how I used to eat 8 years ago. And in 2023, at roughly the same time of year, summertime, this cart of food costs $171.26. Jason, my buddy, Jason, he just did the math on that. And that's...
I've tried to do it here.
Tell us, what was it?
It was about 23%.
23% food increase.
Yeah.
Is that a lot? Is that significant? I think it's pretty significant.
I didn't get a 23% increase in pay. I don't need to raise my prices.
8 years.
Yeah. No.
I am so tired of feeling helpless as a parent. Yes, my kids are grown adults. My oldest is 28, my youngest is 25. And I thought by teaching them what I learned, which is you work hard, you get a good job, you're going to get the things in life that you need, right? Worked for me. Why wouldn't it work for them? Because it doesn't. Because the world has fucking changed. All right.
excuse the expletives here, but would somebody like to elaborate on what the hell is a good job? You know, people used to, that phrase, that concept, a good job, go to college, get a good job. What's a good job? Anybody out there? Everyone is broke and tired pendulum. You know, that doesn't have to be your position, but I'm just saying that is the sentiment. That is the sensibility that we're managing right now in this stream. You know, which I tell you, I'm complaining about the Wendy's. You know, I don't really go there a lot, but I just, you get less burger for more money. Okay, so excuse the expletives, but it's out there if you want to talk. Thanks so much, Derek C. Williams. Derek C. Williams, I'd love to know your take on a good job. A good job in modern Rome. Everything that made Rome great.
Right. And now I feel like I see them struggling. And before my generation comes at me, yes, I understand struggling is a part of life. We all struggled, but there's a difference between struggling and drowning. All right. So we struggled and it was tough. But you know what? We made it. We knew there was a light at the end of the tunnel with our struggle. It seems like kids today, no matter how much they struggle, they just get further and further down the water into the drowning point. All right. When I was their age, I was making less than $10 an hour. And I can afford to live on my own. Now you have to be making 6-figure salary to get a decent, tiny little place to live. So what the fuck is going on and how do we help them as parents? I told my son, all you have to do is work hard, go to college or join the military like I did. He went to college, got his degree, got a full-time job. He moved back in with me right when he graduated from college because he said, hey, Mom, as soon as I get a job, which was within 2 weeks of him getting out of college, maybe take me 2 months and I'll save up enough money for me to move out. Okay, cool. It's been 10 months. He has saved almost every dime and still can't afford to live. Why are 1-bedroom studio apartments almost $2,000 a month? Why? Like, I just don't get it. So I don't even think that there's even classes anymore. There used to be, upper class, middle class, lower class. It's literally turning into the ultra wealthy and then everybody else is just poor. Like, that's what is happening. And then I told him, hey, when you turn 25, at least your car insurance will go down. Hell no, he turned 25 and his car insurance went up $150. I tell him, if you need health insurance, get a good job. He has health insurance. He has had a medical emergency this week. Had to go to an emergency room twice. He had to go to the emergency room because he couldn't get anybody to see him with the health insurance that he had. Right? So he had to go to an emergency room. Now he's out money for that too. It seems like you can never get ahead. And then my daughter, I told her all you have to do because she wanted to buy her own house. My daughter worked 6 days a week, 12 hours a day to save up enough for this down payment. Finally got this house. She's paying double what I'm paying for my mortgage, but her loan was the same amount. And then her mortgage company, after she's already moved in, said, oh, by the way, we forgot to tell you that you need this type of coverage, which we forgot in the beginning. That's an extra $200 you've been paying a month. And all they see when they come home is they watch social media, kids their age on lavish vacations with all this money and nothing to do, all these social media influencers, because we value those types of things over hard workers. We will pay them $10,000, but you work 40 hours a week, you can't afford it.
Hi, I'm a disillusioned millennial who grew up believing in the American dream only to have it stolen from me by inflation. I thought I would have a house at this stage of my life. Instead, I'm watching memes about how the government discovered aliens. To be honest with you, I don't even care. Why? Because this stupid news isn't gonna help me buy a house. I digress. After sitting camera off through a bunch of meetings at work, I decided to take a quick Target break to make myself feel better. I went to Target to make myself feel better, but it only made me feel worse. Why? Because I ended up spending $70 on toothpaste, mouthwash, eggs, and leave-in conditioner. Just another reminder of why I can't buy a house. I decided to end the day binge watching Succession to disassociate from my miserable life. And forget the fact that I still owe Biden my student loans.
Can you please lower the prices of food or make it easier to access?
Absolutely not. What's really crazy about this is that I was talking to somebody who works at Walmart a few days ago. My friend told me that they have seen way more people stealing in the past month than they've seen in the whole 3 years that they've worked at Walmart. And I said, what do you guys do when they steal? And they said, we turn our backs because legally they can't do anything, but also because she doesn't fucking care. She sees how much fucking food is. She's not judging them. So she just doesn't say anything. And honestly, I don't judge them either. Like, I'm not even surprised that people are stealing food at this point. People are literally starving out there. The only way we're making it is by couponing. So I'm not surprised that people are stealing food. And honestly, it's only going to get worse. If something isn't done about these corporations and their price gouging and calling it inflation, things are just literally going to continue to get worse. And people will continue to steal.
We are the closest we have ever been as a global collective to waking the fuck up. I'm just saying, it is the world's shortest walk from, damn, living and breathing and existing is so fucking expensive to, wait, there's aliens and we're down here dying for fake money. All I'm saying is proof, or even talk about proof of life from other worlds, should snap us out of our myopia. It should put the universe in existence and truly everything into question. We are down here suffering as a species over shit that we made up. We have never had such a brilliant opportunity to finally, for fucking once, band the fuck together and come up with solutions. I, for one, plan to take up woodworking so I can start building guillotines. I just don't have the workspace right now.
Hey, I have a question. How are we like affording life right now? So for reference, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a millennial. I have 3 young kids. Both my husband and I have full-time jobs. So I'm a night shift nurse. I work full-time and I work overtime. I've gotten pretty used to that. I work incentivized shifts when my hours are getting cut at work because they don't need all the extra anymore. And so we're going through our budget because it's been quite tight. My husband also has a very decent paying job, makes almost as much as I do on the hour, not quite, but almost. And we're not going to, without me working overtime or working extra, like with me just working my normal hours, we're not sure that we're going to be able to make it. Like I'm either somebody's going to have to pick up a second job or we're going to have to do something. The house that we bought is like, we don't live in an expensive area. We live in the Midwest. We bought this house in 2017. It's not anything extravagant. Our kids go to public school. We drive old cars. Like, we don't have student loans. We don't have excessive debt. Like how are we doing this right now? How are we like our grocery bill is insane and we don't even we just buy to get us through week to week. Like not even crazy stuff. Like what? How are you guys doing this? How are we doing it? Because I'm not going to be able to. And I know how much I make and I know how much my husband makes. And I used to think that was really, really good money. So how are people surviving on less than what we're making? And I used to think that was like a lot of money. Like we're in the 6-figure range combined. And we're like barely, like I said, we're barely cutting it. And we're not extravagant people. Like we don't have like recreational vehicles or anything. We don't go on vacations, nothing. How are you doing this?
To the government right now. I will not forget the winter where I have had to wear 3 sets of pajamas in bed and cuddle up under 2 duvets. As a future voter, I will not be forgetting it.
They just not paying nobody. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody, no worker is actually getting what they are worth and what their contribution to their company is. These major companies, these corporations, these industries, these institutions, they make all of this money. I mean, an unfathomable amount. And they just hoard it. They keep it to themselves.
Writers, actors, UPS workers, everybody going on strike, and I love to see it. Do you know why? Because labor strikes are the best example that we have of the fact that this country is built off of slavery. And if you never thought about it that way before, it's okay, it's not your fault. In 1860, enslaved people in the United States produced 2 billion pounds of cotton, billion with a B, Remember, by 1860, there were 4 million enslaved people in the United States. That's more people working for free than are currently working for Walmart, Amazon, and McDonald's combined. And the inhumane conditions in which you are expected to work right now are because of that. We are not taught about the first labor strikes in this country. Indigenous people just refusing to work as slaves or in exchange for unfair treaty agreements because they had the advantage of knowing how to survive in the climate and terrain of North America. You're not taught about the enslaved people who burned crops, who purposefully worked slower, who broke machines, who ran away into the forest, not permanently, but just long enough to stop production on the plantation, or the ones who just walked away to join the Union Army. This country, in its current form, can only survive if as many people as possible are working themselves to the bone in bare minimum conditions for as close to free as possible. So yeah, don't cross the picket line. Keep striking. Strike, strike, strike. I love it.
Yo, what the f are we doing here, man? What the f is going on? I just left the supermarket and drove past a whole ass homeless family on the... Yo, what the f, man? Like, why is it that I can take the last $50 out of my bank? Why do I only have $50 left? Oh, because I went to college. That's why. Why can I take the last money out of my goddamn bank account and you millionaires, you just sit here and you watch everybody suffer? All you selfish ass celebrities, all you bullshit ass billionaires, all of you. I wish I would buy another concert ticket.
All right, I think you guys get the gist of this. Okay, so I put this thing out there. I'm calling it, I named it in honor of this video. There are expletives there. There are expletives there. They're everywhere. I apologize. Take cover. But she's giving out, she's telling her truth or whatever. But I don't know. I put the pendulum out there and it's called Everyone is Broken Tired. That's the pendulum, inspired pendulum brought to you by the Everyone's Broken Tired. So yes, but I don't know. Give me a temperature check on your neck of the woods. I don't know. What's the gas? Is the gas back up right now? I don't know. I mean, what does the Wendy's double stack look like? I mean, are you buying that gross $5 biggie bag? Are you buying that to get? Rodin, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. But yes, that pendulum is out there. I'm going to read some of these comments. I'm going to go back on some of these. So Rodin says, BSWA. Oh, well, my golden heart. We want to hear the uncensored rant. Well, you got a little piece of it earlier, but it was the clean version. Agent 48. Let's go to the first message from you, and then we're going to go back even further. They are pricing everything out on purpose. Even if you didn't vote JB in he was supposed to be president so he can set off the NWO, WON, OWN. Guess who's here? Look who's here. It's exciting. Picked up that pendulum. Thank you so much, Derek C. Williams. How are you? William. How are you?
Yeah. Shout out, respect, dude, to the mighty Black Spring with Autumn. How are you?
I'm doing well. I think I'm reverbing here in the back. Let me see what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry about that. I got some background. Hold on. Yeah.
I'm doing. Go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say less than 4 minutes of your time. That's all. How you first off?
Take your time. I'm hanging around there. I'm just, I just thought I might share this sentiment and see what everybody else is thinking. The broke. Broke is a wide brush. Broke and tired. What have you got for us, Derek? We're ready.
That little rant that these people had, that was beautiful. I love it. A lot of those people, I'm quite sure, took their shot, and I'm quite sure many of them most likely voted for Biden just to get Trump out of office. As you know, I personally believe that there was voter fraud. I think that they got that man out, and the country was doing, in my opinion, from what I see, I'm not a political scientist, scholar in that, but just from what I can see, the country was doing well under Trump. Well, now you got this dude, and he just absolutely just wrecking the country. And I think that that's the reason why you have all these people ranting the way they do. I love it. You didn't have to apologize for their expletives. That's what people typically use expletives when they're so frustrated that just nice talk just won't do. So that's the reason why all that happened. But I mean, for myself, I love seeing stuff like that. We just in slow decay right now, and that's just what it's going to be for the foreseeable future. And that's pretty much where we are. Look out, boy. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I had to say. And I'm kind of, look out, man. Oh, yeah. So I'm kind of doing what I do with my little mans right here, my little peoples. So that's pretty much all I had to say. It ain't gonna get no better. It's just gonna a slow grind to collapse. That's where we are. And so that's pretty much all I want to say. And thank you for having me on your platform. All right.
Absolutely, Derek C. Williams. I really appreciate it. And come back anytime. And please feel free to put your plugs in. Whatever you're always welcome here. We'll share you out.
Yeah,
We're available.
all right. Well, you take care of yourself and salute to your chat, man. It's just the beginning of the end. And that's about it. It's just unfortunate. So you take care of yourself, and I'm gonna see you around YouTube, man. Very sad.
Okay. Thank you, Derek. Have a great start to the week.
Yes, ma'am. You as well. Salute to your chat.
Thanks, Derek.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the prolific Derek C. Williams. Thank you, Derek C. Williams. If you don't know who Derek C. Williams is a part of the original or the OG. I call it the class of 29, the class of 19, class of 2020. We have a lot of those. We have a lot of people in here from that time. I want to thank you guys all for hanging in there and sticking it out. But I do think it will get a lot worse. It's only going to get worse, okay? And that's not me being Debbie Downer, negative Nancy. It's just what it is. As I told Derek C. Williams, our guest, that, the broken, tired, it's kind of a why, you might have another synonym. You might have something else. You might want to call it another type of pendulum. But if you have something to say, if you want to talk to us about what's happening in your neck of the woods, you want to talk to us about, I don't know, gas or the price of a small pack of ground turkey, you can do that today. We'll probably, give it another 10 minutes at best, 5 to 10 minutes. But I just wanted to share that with you because, of course, there's a ton of global news that I could get into. But I did start out talking about San Francisco and about how hundreds of government employees from the federal building in San Francisco were told to work from home because of the crime in the area. Smash and grabs are up everywhere, right? It's not just the bookends. It's not just the Californias. It's not just the San Franciscos. It's going, it's going. Let me read a comment here. Ronan's here. How are you, Ronan? The mentally illest radio is here. He's back. Let's see a little comment here. He says, not that elections are fixed. How about that democracy is mob rule based on social Darwinism, the prevailing belief that there's a right to rule? People blaming presidents and capitalism. Interesting. Okay, and then mentally illest radio comes in with a whopping smoking. How about we all stop paying the T to the A to the X to the E to the S? Now I didn't hear anybody say that. Now we went through a lot of personalities, but we didn't hear anybody say. We heard people blaming the corporations. They're making a ton of money. I didn't hear one person say anything about stop paying taxes. And thank you, mentally illest Radio for coming in. So Agent 48 says facts. It's only going to get worse. This is all biblical. Right? Because, we talk about, shout out to Derek C. Williams, who made the comment earlier about, the slow and the moral decay, and it's so funny. I'm watching, I don't have cable, but I have found this series, and Rome, all the things that made Rome great were somewhere next to the killings and scandals and corruptions and Eusebius Rome, Eusebius Babylon, same thing, right? I'm just saying. So yes, and Derek C. Williams has put his link into the description there. But if, we could just go, we've done quite a few streams on what's happening out of New York, which I think I'll cap us off with one of those. And I want to thank Derek C. Williams for coming on. It's so nice to hear from you guys. I do talking, but I like to have dialogue and talk to people on this channel. I like to do that. It's much better with more, with the dialogue. It helps a lot. So what do we have? New York is bursting at the seams with the migrant crisis. But, it seems like, 2018 was supposed to be our year. Supposed to be our year to have that, to be a part of that. But it didn't happen. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to have I decided to do one little ditty here about what's going on in New York. So let's let it go. The migrant influx could cost New York City $12 billion. How about that? How's that for you? Let's go with it. Let's go with the protests first. Then we'll go with that, and then we'll bail out. Okay. Hope you guys are doing well out there, and thank you so much for tuning in to this segment. Maybe I will. Anarchy Television's here. We're just getting it in around here. It's sun to the day. We're going to switch out here. We're going to go to the migrant. That's what they pronounce it. Migrant. The migrant crisis. Manufactured by, create the problem and drum up the solutions, right? The solution's already there. So let's go with the protest erupted in New York after the migrant crisis. Ooh, do I hear a knock on the door? Who do we have? Marcy D! I knew I was here for a reason.
Good afternoon.
Marcy!
Salutations. Right on, Bill. Or Derek, I'm sorry. Yes, Derek. You are absolutely correct with your.
Well, I'm so glad everybody.
I don't know what's going on out here, but I know that.
Go ahead, Marcy. Can you hear me?
Listen. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Hi, Corn.
It's
so, look, the Eagles used to be my favorite group, right?
Yeah.
They wrote an album in 1976, but it was released in 1977, October 8th, and it was called Hotel California. On that album was a song called The Last Resort. Now, I would love everyone to go look up the lyrics to that particular song. It used to be one of my favorite because being half native, I believed it was about the American Indian, okay? The Eagles, American Indian, come on. I was a kid back then too. So it says, call someplace paradise, kiss it goodbye. But it says also, sail on to Lahaina. They called it paradise, kiss it goodbye. From 1976, released October 77. Do you hear what's going on? Who's buying up all the land over there? That their homes are nothing. was touched.
Hmm.
Why is there
Interesting, Marcy.
circles around the boats in the water like this? How did boats catch fire like that? One with water rings or fire rings around it. Paradise. Do you remember Paradise, California?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that these people are they were trying to buy out Lahaina, but the old school people that lived there would not sell out.
I can believe that, Marcy. You want to know why? Because it seems like somebody told me a story about it may have been a native from Hawaii that told me that they had their own government, their own like monarchy, so to speak.
Probably like the Native Americans here, we have our own reservations, right?
Yes.
Same thing, probably.
They had their own princess or something like that. Their own like they had their own little kingdom or something. And I don't know how it was acquired. The untold, the unsung story about, I don't know, but U.S. acquiring that state. But
Yeah.
I'd love, is there anybody else out there that knows anything close to what I was alluding to? Because I think I heard that from somebody that I used to work with.
I don't know.
She's from Hawaii.
I'll check that out because I can't remember right now. My mind is blown. And then now I want you to focus your attention, people, on Pennsylvania yesterday. It was reported that 3 houses on a block disappeared, just like Lahaina.
No.
Smart meters. Smart meters. Addresses. Do you get it? They know they know from our from the cable boxes, they got our internet addresses. From the mailman, they have our home addresses. They put these smart meters on here. Why? So they can Lahaina everyone personally, because this is this is 5th generation. You're not going to see boots on the ground, people. We've been at war since the class of 2019, 2020, at least. Probably before that, but that's when it upped. They upped it. And then each, it seems like they have these onion peel layers. And each layer of the peel that is being peeled back, do you see the more and more death and destruction? While the Bible says the blood will be up to the horse's bridle. Can we not imagine that now with our own imaginations and minds?
Very true, Marcy. That's it. That's a lot.
I'm sorry I had to come out here and slam it, but
Well,
we have got to
No,
get
you're not.
together. All of us have got to. And we have to start sharing each other's words until they take it down, because it's going to go down, okay? They can't. I heard that the New York Times article said YouTube will no longer let us preach end-time biblical truths. Only what they say.
Wow. Well, they've been backtracking on me. They pulled down the W to the H to the O video from whatever year. They said they pulled it. They didn't strike me, but they pulled it.
That's what they've been doing to me too. And now they don't even tell me anything. I'll just see, and somebody will tell me, hey, whatever that video was you put up, it's gone. And I'm like, huh? And I go look and it's gone. So, I mean, I don't know if this is some kind of free-for-all right now where they're letting us say whatever so they can entrap us with our words. If you can hear what I'm saying. Who put them numbers behind our names? I didn't. Did any of you all do that?
No.
Okay, that's kind of creepy, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
We've been numbered.
Well, they're tracking it. I think the tracking is gone like bazooka. It's gone bananas.
Now, did you hear about Amazon now too?
No.
Now you have to say whether you want to pay extra for packing.
Really?
Okay. So they're going to send you the item to your home with no package, unless you pay for it. I heard Walmart's going to start charging for bags. Do you see where we're going with this? With our big mouths? Well, you're not going to be able to purchase any bags. You're a bad girl.
I see what you mean.
Why is
Wow,
all
Marcy.
Hollywood buying up all of Lahaina right now as we speak at discounted prices? I mean, snatching it up. Here's another thing. This is good news, guys. Uncool can probably verify this as well. Yesterday or whenever the old, president after George W.
Hey, that's running hot. He's running hot.
He came here to Michigan. I think he was with the UAW or something. And he was, trying to do the bidding for who.
Yes.
They wouldn't have it here. This is a Michigan, especially Flint area, mid-Michigan is predominantly the Democrats because of the UAW. They're all in lockstep together. They got here, and he's up there, old buddy there.
Yeah.
And they're saying, F Biden, chanting. They wouldn't let him get a word out. They just kept saying, F you, Biden, F you, Biden. Oops.
Hey.
But yeah, people are waking up, people. That's why the destruction is coming quicker, because they know we're making a difference. Don't feel bad if you've been shadow banned. That's a badge of honor, okay? If you're not growing right now, there's a reason for that. You can also get on the share program with all the rest of us, and we just keep sharing each other's videos constantly.
The share program. I like that.
Just keep sharing each other's words. And what are they going to do? Take us all down? Yeah, probably. But
hard way to make a living.
Yeah. But you know what? We're already walking dead with the scenario I just told you with your smart meter to your house, right?
Right.
What do we got to lose, people? Nothing. And we have everything to gain as well. Okay? He that lives in us is stronger than he that is effing up this world. And the word says, I will destroy them that destroyed this earth. Now, how can that say that? When it was written, those words were written many, many, many millennia ago. But yet they're coming true right now. Just like how did the Eagles write The Last Resort in 1976? And it's coming true right now. And you know what else that Eagles song said? They kept saying, Jesus is coming. So what does that tell me? It says, will you see Lahaina and Paradise go? Jesus is coming. They told you back there in 76. Hotel California, that's about hell too. I didn't know that.
Well, you're schooling us, Marcy, and is that predictive programming? I told you a lot of these songs are full of it.
I dare say every movie, every tell lies to your vision programming, every song, even now. I can't believe all the young women I know that their boyfriends are beating the F out of them. I mean, bloody like a man. And these women are pregnant too. What? This, oh my God, I'm sorry. This didn't happen back when I was a kid. If somebody did that, somebody's brother, somebody's daddy. But there's no daddies no more. Nobody's holding this stuff back, and it's being perpetrated through the music. Listen to the song. You can't hear women are sluts and whores all the time and have any respect for them. Can you? Or can you sit there and listen to them cut down your men? Cut their freaking balls off in front of you and have respect for him? Come on, people, now. It's time to come together. Division, finish, over. We got nothing to lose here. We're the walking dead. We are also called battle axes in the Bible. He will destroy kingdoms with us, okay? This is getting really ugly and biblical.
And it's accelerated too.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I was telling you, that it was like, I'm just saying, like, I don't like going outside. You know, I
don't
either. You got to go outside, but when you do, it's almost like you're going out into, you're stepping out into poison or toxic, like the brain fog that I come back in. It's like, you don't even want to turn the lights on if it's not bright enough in a room. You don't. Because you've got to recover from that however many seconds that you were in the sun. Is that real sun? Is it blocked sun? What is it? And I was just telling you earlier that I think my tomatoes are, the leaves are fried. They're like burned.
Yeah. I've
like
seen
brown and yellow and brown. Quick.
Well, did you see? I know you probably didn't see my pumpkin video I made, but I have pumpkins. I mean, they're huge too, and they're orange already.
Really?
And there's burnt up leaves around there too. And I mean, my garden, my fruit and stuff didn't turn out very well. My pumpkins did. And so did my zinnias and stuff, but we've been getting a lot of rain because they've been stealing our heat and sending it all elsewhere to make this, make this 33 or CC come true, right? CC 33. Blame everything on the CC.
Right.
So, do you know they've been taking temperature from the ground now in order to make it seem hotter? Do you know that the power of suggestion over and over and over and over sinks in? Remember, George W. Bush said it. He said, in my line of business, you got to repeat the truth over and over again before it to sink in.
That's the best impersonation. But he knew what he was doing.
Right. Now, so do we. So we're telling everybody now, okay? In order for a lie to sink in, you have got to hear it over and over by so-called authoritarian people. Like, these guys think that the tell lies is the truth.
They do.
I mean, look at those riots. What's in the smoke, the wildfires all over that is causing everybody to kill each other? Fighting.
There is
Did
a
we
lot
ever
of
think of that?
violence. There is. You're right. I think there's definitely something going on because, we've talked about this in the past on this show. Like, we were thinking that some of the people that got the whoop, that they're the ones that their heads are spinning around like.
And how come these animals are attacking them?
I don't know.
Have you seen the? I don't know if it's Smith Mutt, but one is a eagle or something, some hawk or something that had a snake and dropped it on this woman in Texas, and they showed a picture of her whole arm just almost ate off. Now, I don't know if that's to scare people to stay inside, basically, or what. Then they said an otter attacked a guy on a boogie board, and his arm was all torn up.
Well, I haven't seen that. I'm like so behind. There,
No, I know.
I'm getting a lot of global news about what is it? The aliens that people are in those videos, those testimonials. People were saying that people are just not even caring about the alien findings anymore. We're too broke to care about all of that.
Right.
You know,
We don't
it's
care.
just,
See, and that the big point of that is go look what they booing old buddy there. Flint Town loved old buddy. I mean, they loved him, and they had
Billy
people
came up
getting
and
all
had a
angry
sip
in the
of the.
background that he invited. You know? Yeah, the fake. Mhm.
Well, I thought they
But
got a little. Like I
they're
thought they got
they're
a whiff
telling
of
him
him.
no more.
Yeah, well, it seems like they got a little bit aggravated with him over that tonic that he was supposed to drink. Drink this tonic.
But now, I mean, now it's like, so to me, this is also a red arrow. Look, why are they doing this and setting it up like this to almost make someone appear almost savior-like, who's going to come
down
in here and take care of all of this misery that we've been going through for the past years?
I don't know. I think they're setting it up, Marcy. I think it's the perfect storm that it's getting. They're getting
It
ready
is.
to.
And
you
how
know,
many
'cause
movies have we seen like this?
Ooh, ooh.
Just
too many.
everybody, right? Prepare your hearts, your minds, your souls, bodies, whatever. We're at war. It's time you knew it. Tell everyone, no matter if they call you crazy or not, because we know who's crazy and who's not. And hey, we're going to ride the storm together, and we're going to lift each other and love each other, and we're going to help each other by just talking with each other and letting us know that we're not crazy, that this is really happening. We're watching it, and we can do something. Even if it's to our death, it doesn't matter. We're already walking dead. Who knows what? I mean, I told you, Autumn, on the phone what happened with the East Palestine gases, right? What it turned
Yeah,
into,
right?
not ketchup.
Right.
I mean, that's going to take its toll soon too. So anyway,
But I Marcy, half the people that are, I don't know if you saw any of these testimonials about just everything being crazy in terms of inflation, that where everybody's broken tired is the pendulum that I named it after this testimonial video. But none of those people pointed to anything like what we discuss on this channel. I just thought it was entertaining that they, that they think, oh, well, it's the corporations. Oh, we don't know why we're working and watching our paychecks fly out. How are we doing life right now? I bet to Derek's point, I bet they all did vote for Mr. Biden.
they probably did.
I can just tell. I can just
drank his cocktail too. I mean, and they're brainwashed. Understand, this is top MK Ultra governmental brainwashing that they've implemented upon the whole American nation since its inception.
Well, and the other person
they all knew.
The thing that was funniest to me was, like, we got even more out of touch when she goes, well, we should all just travel the world. I'm like, okay, honey, what? You just said quit your job, and now you're saying you're going to travel. The solution, you propose that everybody just strike and go travel the world. Ha 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 ha. That I'm
I
telling
agree
you,
with
it's
who
sad.
I've been screaming, stop paying. Just stop it. That's what we need to all stop everything and just go out there and say, no, we're done. Where are they coming up with this new bill they're sending to old you over there?
Again, another one.
University of crap.
The Crane.
We need money. We're hungry. We don't have no heat. We don't have money to pay off everything. What about them people in Hawaii right now? Couldn't they use something? But no, you're going to give it over there? Our money? Stop it. But see, nobody will because they don't want to, because they want what they got and they're trying to save it. Sorry, you're going to get it taken away from you one way or another. Just give it
That's
up.
it.
It's easier. Just say, go, take it.
You're right. You're right.
You're not going to buy my soul with a little trinket. What, you gonna give me a piece of chicken this time? Since you gave me a hamburger last time for this.
Yeah, what are they going to give you? You're all those horrible commercials. DeBozo and his fries and burger.
Yeah,
that was so. I played that again. I played that about a month ago, and it was
I remember.
Hey, that's going down in the books.
Yep. I mean, that was so gross, man. And now, do you see the two new sheriffs in town taking over? What's her name? The head of the FDA, and then Faust. They're worse than the two that they're replacing. Okay,
I'm gonna look that up because
they got a plan.
Where's Fauci?
I don't know. All I saw was his replacement, and she is pushing the potion that is the actual cause of the, I think, in the potion trick.
Wow.
She's
See, I'm behind.
Yeah, and then what they're wanting is, oh, we're just gonna have like the flu shot every year and the pneumonia. Well, we're gonna have the C vaccine too.
No.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I haven't seen any of that. But I've just tuned in and tapped in today because I just need a little break from the mill.
I'm off all the time now.
It gets harder to get on here. I was saying that earlier, the other stream. It's like it's so much that you're juggling with that, the conditions, the environmental stuff, that it gets harder to come on. And then when they sent me that, oh, well, we're going to pull this down. Okay, go ahead and pull it down. It's out there somewhere else. Just as soon as I put it out there, it's out there. So somebody got it.
Yep.
So, I mean, but I'm so glad that you came on and I'm glad that Derek C. Williams came on, because sometimes I just want to temperature check everyone else. Let's see, I just need to show me a sign of life out there. Class of 2019,
we're just getting more quiet. Right?
Yeah, just show me a sign.
We're just getting more quiet and more tired, but I mean, it's just making me want to just throw it all up and say, you know what? I don't care.
I know, but you know what? We will endure to the end. We will do that, whether we're coming on here doing these live streams or whether I'm just coming on with a random rant.
Did you do that? I didn't.
What?
What AZ?
No, I didn't. No, I had not read. You see, one minute they say eggs are good, and then next minute they say eggs are bad for you. I don't believe anything. I don't believe anything they say. Nothing. They have lost. The credibility was shot.
I don't have any faith in anything that is not of what I can touch and see and smell right now. No, you lost all faith in everything, you guys. I mean, you pushed us to the edge. You will never get back what you've done. There's too many of us that know, and we're never going to shut up, and we're your worst nightmares now, and we're not afraid.
But you're right. I do think more people are starting to, I don't know if I say push back, or they're not going with the, not as many. Now, I won't say that they have, that they don't believe in puppy tails and fairy tales, you know, pigtails, fairy tales, or fairy dust anymore. But I'm just saying they're, you know, I'm tired. I'm really ready for this. I'm ready for something to give is what I am, but not their kind of gift, you know. So, but
right on, sister.
I'll
let you go so you could.
Ooh, we have.
Thank you for having me, and love everybody there in the chat. I can't see it right now because I can only focus on one thing at a time. I used to be able to juggle, and now I just can't.
I know. It's quite all right. It's quite all right. I appreciate you so much for coming on, Marcy. It's good to hear from you.
Hey,
Thank you for sharing with us.
Miss you, sis. Call me.
Wait.
I gotta go out and
wait. Uncool's coming up. She says to stay there. Stay there, Marcy.
Okay. I have to go out to my garden after this and check it out.
Well, I was so disappointed to see that my leaves are like withery. I'm like, is it the water? The water is not. The water is also not hydrating me, much less the plants. You know. Da da.
Oh wow!
Look who's here!
It's
Uncool. You're
What's
here.
up?
You made it.
What's
Oh my
up?
gosh, I'm so glad you came.
Are
on.
we echoing?
No, I don't hear it.
No.
I don't
You're
hear
not-
any echoes. No echoes.
Okay, or is it just my headphones?
You got
echoing? 'Cause it's
Michigan
driving me
in
crazy.
his house.
There you go. You're good on this end. Uncool. You're good. You know, I'm glad you came in. I'm glad I'm going for 3 today. 3 for 3. Take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop out and come back in because this echo
Okay.
is ridiculous. Hang on.
Okay. All right. We'll be here. But yes, Marcy, I'm going to tell you, the thing is, I was going to tell you like that I was going to share. I was saying it earlier that even the kids are really, I think some of the kids have become, they have no joy, no peace in their eyes, Marcy.
Well, if we're
They're
falling
angry.
apart, right? If we're falling apart like me, a grandma falling apart, and I'm strong, what in the heck are you doing to our babies, man? I mean, we can shelter them, but is that really going to help them? Or do they need to know what they're in order to deal with it? But I heard that you can't tell them nothing. One of the brothers, Christian brothers I listened to, he said he's working at a store where the kids come in there. You can't tell them anything.
Really? Wow.
I don't know what state he lives in, though. I don't remember now.
Hopefully it's not California or New York.
But I know he went to college in Atlanta.
There you go.
Okay, testing. All right, I think we good. I think we Gucci now. I don't know what that, man. If y'all have heard that echo, that drove y'all nuts too. Hi everybody.
Honey, good to see you.
Marcy, I had to hop up here with you up here. Like, girl, I haven't seen you in so long. I just wanted to say
know.
hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
I didn't want you to leave out. So how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm just sitting here trying to pray, the world into safety, but I got to stop and let the Lord do it, I'm not the Lord.
That's right.
I cannot carry this weight on my shoulder by my own self, sister. That's for sure.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Stuff is rough right now. I'm trying to tell you. Ms. Black Spring with Autumn, thank you so much for having me up on your panel. I really appreciate it, sweetheart.
Absolutely. Anytime. You're welcome. Anytime.
Yep, loving the knowledge you dropping on us. You just bringing up quite a few topics. I just wanted
I've just been all over the place today.
Yeah, you have, but I love it though. You know, I love the
I'm
rant
telling
energy.
you, like, it's just, there's just so much skit going on. I don't get to talk about it. If you'd be on day and night, honestly, like you'd have to start at the top of the morning and come on back in after dinner to get it all in, because the global news is outrageous. The things that are going on in the streets is outrageous. But I was just telling Marcy, I just think that the sun is even doing stuff to people. The kids, I just think everybody's at the functionality, like the brain fog. I think I experience some level of brain fog right now. Is what an expanded brain fog.
I agree.
I agree. And I don't like coming in and out of I try to reduce the amount of times I come in and out. Just to go out and give the plant some water. It's like you got to prepare yourself to go and come back.
Well, it kind of seems like the culmination of the biblical worldview, and why it's important to have the biblical worldview, because it gives you the most accurate dissertation of exactly what's happening right now. There is no other way to explain it. You can't slice it any other way. You can't just let it go by any other way. That's just exactly what it is. And when you showed the clip earlier with everybody just giving their experience with how they're struggling and whatnot, is exactly what was spoken of in the scriptures, exactly how things are going to be. And Derek C. Williams made an excellent point. He said most of them are probably vaccinated or voted for that one guy, but which ultimately doesn't matter in the end. You shouldn't sway to the left nor the right, which the biblical worldview yet again gives you the best advice, that we shouldn't sway to the left or the right, because this path is narrow. There's not many who find it. What Marcy say?
Preach it. Oh, AZ is ready to come in. Man, this is a treat.
Oh, it's a party. It's a party up here.
Bring it.
Absolutely. So that's exactly what it is. Like, so if you're ignoring the biblical worldview, then you're missing the point here. You're missing exactly where this is going. Because
exactly.
Yeah, so you can have a certain like asset backed currency. You can have silver or gold, or you can grow your food, or you can move out of the city. You can do X, Y, and Z. You can do all you can in the flesh. But if you are not believing the gospel, if you do not have Christ behind you, then what are you going to do? What's going to happen? Because there's only so long that we're going to survive in this utopia that they are planning for us. There's only so much that we can do in the flesh. So this is a spiritual battle. And just from watching that clip that you shared earlier, I'm like, yeah, they're feeling it. They're feeling it exactly how it's going to be. So we shouldn't be fearing. We shouldn't be stressed out. I know it's hard, but it just is what it is at this point. Now it's kind of like, what a time to be alive, to actually see it all play out. What a time to be alive. And I'm saying this on every panel that I join, like, what a time to be alive, for real, to be chosen to have lived during this, because obviously we see what's happening. We know what's happening. So do you have Christ? Do you believe the gospel? Are you sharing the gospel? That's at the end of the day, because there's only so much we can do in the flesh. And Black Spring, I really appreciate you for bringing up these topics, because, light definitely needs to be shed on it, because it is rough right now. And, as we can see, like, life it does seem to be crumbling. And like you mentioned, like the sun, when I look at the sun now, it does seem like it's a bit different than what it was maybe 20 years ago. Remember, the sun used to be like a yellow color. Now it's like white and like glossy, like, isn't that so strange? Like, everything that they've sprayed in the atmosphere trying to block the sun or dim it or cover it up, or now we've got the wildfire narrative in the air quality alerts, which is ultimately what they're spraying in the sky, the culmination of all the chemicals and nanoparticulates. So it's like we're being attacked from the air, the water, the food, the music, the movies.
Exactly.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
Listen, ladies, can I tell you something? I had to talk to my ex-husband about this, okay? And do you know what he said to me? And it's biblical too. He turned around and said to me, well, it's not ending tomorrow. I'm retiring this year. And I was like, what?
Yikes.
Yeah, and that's definitely the attitude of a lot of people. And I want to touch on this comment that 22 Ronin left in the chat. Said the voting choices were all terrible. I did like Andrew Yang. Wait. None of these voting choices were good. Andrew Yang specifically was on the Breakfast Club arguing as to why we needed a universal basic income, why it was going to solve all of our problems, and why it was a good thing.
Yeah.
He was on the Breakfast Club. You know, the Breakfast Club is used for the urban mind control program. So we already know what that is. Yeah.
Joe and Micah or whatever.
Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, that was back when Angela Yee was on there, doing their part to keep the beast alive, doing their part to keep the machine going. So Andrew Yang was there pushing for the UAI.
Absolutely, that was a big part of his platform. But see, here's another thing: they've taken it a step further. You know, they're talking about what is it? The TD Snakes is joining up with Wells Fargo.
TD Snakes.
He's joining up with Wells Fargo, and then when they asked him, they said, "Well, what does he want to do with it?" The guy on the news, the news guy, was like, "Well, are they trying to make money?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know what they want to make. I don't know what they want to do." Okay, but then why are you supporting it then? You just said that you didn't support it under the TRUMP administration, but it's okay to support it now. You know, I don't trust any of these people. Keep your smart cities, your 15-minute rat traps, chippy traps. I don't want any of it.
Absolutely.
Tell me that black people ain't skit. They ain't never going to be skit. That's all you guys ever talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they ever say. If people tell you ain't ever going to be skit, in a few minutes, you're going to believe it.
Absolutely. That's the most simplest form of mind control is repetition. Just say it over and over again. Continue to put an entire race into that victim mentality. Then they're going to eventually treat themselves like a victim and feel like a victim. When ultimately you are in charge of your decisions that you're making. Okay. After so long, you can't blame your neighbor for what you're going through.
Here's the amazing part to that. And this is the reason why I know there's the Boule and all these people, the controlled opposition. None of them ever clap back. None of these Africana studies professors ever clap back when these kinds of stats come out. Well, you know, in so many 2030 or 2050, black people's income is going to be even more below the belt line. They're going to be even more below the poverty line. Nobody even challenges. Where do you get your statistics from, sir? Where? What? I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I can't.
Well, he's an expert. That's it, right? Now
That's
it's the
it.
end all be all expert.
That's it.
Let me
Don't
do
question
that
the
in
experts.
college. Put down, I got this from an expert.
Peer-reviewed papers.
I get so sick. And then the same thing with Kanye West, the same thing. Why is it that all these black people are talking about smart cities? Oh, they're going to do so much for the black community in the Atlantas and the this,
like
that, and that for people.
The get-go?
I'm telling you, like it's almost like they want to be the same. They want. Is it possible there are many antichrists?
Absolutely. That's what the scripture says. There will be many antichrists. Many. And it is literally playing out. Many. Because it is a spirit. Just like I feel like that whole wormwood thing is a spirit. Antichrist spirit.
The same spirit.
Spirit of Antichrist, and it has run rampant, which again leads us, we've come full circle. The biblical worldview is the most accurate worldview that you can have to get an understanding of this, because if you don't have it, you know, sink or swim. Period. You lost.
Well, you know, I try to tell my mother figure all the time and say, you know what, Mom, you keep on looking at everything with your little rose glasses and what is it? What a wonderful way. You keep looking at everything like that. That's why nothing makes sense to you. Because you don't see, you have no peace, you have no deliverance, but you go to church every Sunday and twice on Wednesday. What's wrong with that? Help me.
Yeah, that's exactly how I grew up. Went to church every Sunday and literally twice on Wednesday because we used to clean up the church. And I tell you now, I haven't been to church in maybe 14 years, and I have never felt closer to Christ. I didn't even know what the gospel was while attending church. So
Amen.
no, that is something that I will never do again.
That
Unless
you don't go to church to find him. You go to church to find a religion, I think.
absolutely
A spirit. It's
social
another
clubs,
spirit.
social clubs. That's exactly what it is.
And to me, that's exactly what it is. Like, I don't know what she's, like I said, that's a whole meal, okay, and a snack. So I just, but I'm telling you, but there's a lot of people around me. I grew up around people that went to church like that, and these are some of the most lost people. I'm like, honey, and then why don't you come go to our church? Thank you, but no, okay. I don't worship like that. I've learned more off of these YouTube streets and just learning how to read.
Exactly. And most of them are toxinated. Most church folk are toxinated. They have at least 4 or 5 of them. It's like now they addicted to it. They can't get enough of the toxinations.
They
what?
Can't get enough. You guys are making me think about, I don't know if you guys remember, it was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. When they got close to, Mola Rock, when they brought the 3 stones together, the damn things were supposed to light or show the diamonds inside. Do you think that's possibly, with the what is it, that bioluminescence? Is that what happens when the people that are toxinated get together? Do they glow and we stay dull?
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier to spot the dissidents at that point. Please believe it. And then it's just so interesting to see it all play out now with the whole smart city narrative on the horizon. Then you got, the transition to the electric kingdom, which is the electric prison. The electric cars are not going to let you go so far, which is going to keep you within the 15-minute city. Then you got all the black gatekeepers keeping their side of the program going while they're hanging from their little string, thinking they're doing something, but just really dragging other people to hell too, right along with them. So it's just crazy to see it all play out,
It is. And I'm telling you, there's some people that I actively have been watching, but it's getting harder for me to watch them because I really think most of these celeb types are very much, I think they're pretty much sold out. I pretty much think that they how can they be at that level? There's one person it's Mr. Sanders I can't, the way he was pushing the juice,
Colonel
the
Sanders?
juice. The way he was, Colonel Sanders. It's like he had Walmart and all of these people out there at the field, pushing it. And then the fact that he did it himself, I'm just thinking, man, one day you're going to tell the truth, or are you going to take it to the grave? Is that what you're going to do? Because he does not look good to me. I think he's got a slow. Sometimes I think I feel sorrier for him than for some people that it was an almost an instant knockout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think to me, it's like traveling it's like it's on its way to his organs, his vital organs. I mean, Global Research has an entire article on what happened to him. And they're doing a study on people that did take it and the psychological effects that people are going through for those people who will not admit that that's what happened to them. But I'm telling you, it's a phenomenon. I don't know. I don't know. It's real sad.
Yeah, I know a lot of people right now that have taken it, and they're all getting sick now with clots and all, and heart attacks and strokes.
The cancer rates alone have skyrocketed. Like I saw a post not too long ago on Facebook. It was like just an advertisement for cancer research. And I just so happened to scroll through the comment section of this ad so many people were in the comment sections talking about how they were just recently diagnosed with cancer within the last year or two. So I'm curious. I would click on their name just to go to their profile. All of them are recently toxinated. You can tell because they all had that stupid little profile picture frame. Got my toxination.
Oh.
So, yes, as I was gonna do a live stream on it, I just didn't get around to it. But under this cancer,
If you
ad,
do it, I will be there front, as my dad say, front
It's
and
like-
center.
girl, I'm trying to tell you, everybody under that ad were recently toxinated. I'm like, how are y'all not putting two and two together?
And you're
Like,
saying recently toxinated.
Yes.
You're not even talking
Yes.
about anybody that did it within the last year or two. You're talking about recently.
yeah,
They're
just
getting
a few months, they get it. Just like my cousin, one of my cousins was
No.
toxinated recently, diagnosed with cancer, and I'm like, it's just,
uncool.
it's like dominoes. It's like domino effect. It's just boom, 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 boom.
Well, I'm gonna share something with you off camera that I think has happened, and I think that a person in my family has been diagnosed, and I think she's keeping it from. She's never been to the doctor so much in her life, and my mom she's in a fairy tale world where the air don't move. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that's sad, and I think she's one of the only ones that didn't take it on this side, that took it on this side.
Yeah, it's truly sad. And I was telling my mom what me and my brother was telling my mom back in 2020 when all this was happening, like, yeah, you may as well buckle up, Buttercup, because you're going to see a lot of your friends, pass away, a lot of your peers. And we were just telling her like it is, and now they just dropping like flies. And I'm so glad we were able to talk my mom out of it, because she felt a lot of peer pressure. She didn't do it, but
God.
everybody around us is just dropping.
Oh my God.
Everyone I know too. And that's not very many either, but still,
Yeah, it's sad.
that says something.
Yep, it really does. It really does. And the movers and shakers behind this, oh, will they pay? They will most definitely pay for what they've done to humanity. And
Thank you.
yep, they sure will. And I see the spirit of rebellion just increasing. I'm gonna drop something on y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna have to go. My baby waiting on me to sit on the patio with her. So
Oh.
my baby girl waiting. But so what I'm seeing right now is the spirit of rebellion increasing by the purposeful exposure of Lucifer's false light. Because recently there was mainstream coverage of Event 201, and they're like literally talking about this on the news.
What?
And, so this is literally Lucifer's false light. The beast system has to expose itself to decrease the trust that the populace has. So they have to decrease the trust to increase the Antichrist spirit, or to increase the spirit of rebellion, increase the feelings of, just like the one lady was saying in the clip, when are we going to stop? When are we going to rebel? When are we going to go on strike? Just like, the call for an uprising. They're
That's
waiting.
deep.
Yes, so that's exactly what's happening. They're literally talking about Event 201. That's because it's supposed we are living in Revelation, the revealing of the man behind the curtain. This is the revealing of everything, Lucifer's false light. So if they decrease the trust in everything, just like the school system is being exposed,
It's
food
done.
being exposed, big pharma being exposed, Hollywood being exposed on mainstream. You can ask the average person who doesn't even believe the gospel, they'll tell you something is wrong right now, because the beast is revealing itself, because we are in the revealing. In Revelation. So
Oh,
just
I
wanted to
haven't
kinda
been
share that. So
getting
that's-
any notices from you, not Autumn, Uncool.
Well, stuff has been pretty rough for me lately. I haven't been streaming, but today I was gonna, I'm editing a video. There's something about that California lab. Yeah, that lab in California they just discovered with the
Newsom?
infected rats. Yeah,
Oh
I was
my
gonna.
gosh.
I'm
There's a
gonna
little.
have to see if they unsub me, because they always unsub me, and it's like I see them unsubbing people for me all the time too now, and it's
Yeah,
like, come
that's how
on, man.
PooTube works. You know how PooTube work, but
Leave
I
us
haven't been
alone.
streaming. Yeah, stuff has been pretty rough for me, but I haven't been streaming. But I'm getting back into it this week. I was gonna drop a video today just to put myself back into the algorithm.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go live just yet. If I go live now, I'll probably have like 15 viewers. So I'm gonna drop a couple videos first, because
Okay.
if you don't upload anything, or if you don't go live for a while, PooTube buries your channel, especially for the type of work
I
that we
didn't
do with
know
the biblical
that.
worldview.
All right,
Yeah,
love
so-
you, ladies. I'm gonna go.
All right, Marcy. Good to
Okay,
talk to you,
Marcy,
sweetheart.
I'll reach out to you soon.
Yeah, so you have to consistently post. You have to consistently go live to keep yourself in the algorithm. So what I was gonna do is just post a few videos because I know I haven't been on there in a while. But last few power outages, I kept losing all my food, so I'm broke, working overtime.
Oh
So yes,
no.
it's been rough. So the enemy just been trying to get me, but I'm like, it's straight. I'm back at it. So this week I'm putting myself, back out there to do some streaming again because I've been taking a lot of notes and just observing a lot of things that I've been seeing, of course, with Maui being under attack and all of this, and which I feel like World War III is the attack on the people. We're literally waiting. The average
Yeah.
person is waiting on Russia and China to come attack. When I feel like it's the powers that be versus the people, which is World War III, in my opinion. But we're in the season of fire, whereas the Book of Revelation tells us, God promised that He won't destroy the world again with water, but it'll be with fire. We're in the season of fire. You got mainstream headlines saying we're in the season of fire. That's because we're in the revealing. We're in revelation, which again, you need the biblical worldview to understand what's happening. So that's the only thing that's keeping us afloat is Christ, is believing the gospel, sharing the gospel, doing what we do, being about our Father's business.
We little folks out here just want to know when you're gonna have a Uncool Ministries. We're just waiting.
That's just the Holy Spirit. I'm trying to tell you.
Come on out, because I'm telling you, I need to call between you and Marcy. I need some scriptures because I need the armor before I go into work.
Oh yeah, we gotta put on the armor.
I'm telling
We
you,
have to.
these. Oh my gosh,
Have
I
to,
have
girl.
not seen so much darkness, even from the youth. Uncool. These kids, their eyes to me, it's like there is a darkness. There's a cloud. There is something. They have no joy, no peace. They can't talk to each other in a humane way. It is. I'm telling you, I've never
Absolutely.
seen anything like it.
Absolutely.
They are
Absolutely.
trained. It's almost like they've been robbed.
They have. And we are in a point in human history that has never been seen before. Like some people would like to argue, yeah, Christians been saying Christ is going to come back all throughout history. But they could have been saying that because technically we've been in the end times since Christ went to the cross. Since Christ shed his blood for our sins, technically that was, and he rose on the third day. Technically that did start the end times. But now at this point, we are at a point in time that has never occurred in human history. Can you name one point in history where multiple countries around the world were in lockstep, working out the same plan all at the same time, simultaneously asking their citizens to do the same thing? Has that ever occurred in history before? Can you name that off the top of your head right now? Probably not. And then you just mentioned how the future of the children has been taken away. So now, especially with the whole mask thing, I read that children are losing their ability to communicate because they have less of the opportunity to read lips, simply because people's faces are covered in masks. Now that is truly sad.
Well, I'm being told that it's on the rise again. And somebody in my area said that their child had it, and they gave her 5 days, and it's not going to end. It's not.
No, that was most certainly the goal, for it to systematically change the psychology of being a human for the rest of our lives. That was the whole goal, was to change the entire change our genetic makeup, change our psychological alignment, to change all of that, to change you spiritually, to get you on the path of the beast, to get you on the path of transhumanism is the goal of all of this. And it is just working out to a T. Now, I love you too, Gary, in Autumn. I say Autumn. Indy.
Independent.
Yeah, thank y'all so much.
Yeah, Indy. And Marty Lauderdale and Marcy, thank you so much for coming in. You guys have come in and sprinkled a little water on my little withered little garden today.
Well, I appreciate you for going on here, sweetheart, and bringing up the tough subjects, because it just is what it is. And when we do it, Putu buries our channels, but that's just the way it is.
I'm just gonna say, I'm not independently wealthy. I mean, look, I see the prices, but I also feel like I feel better when I eat less. Is the other thing that I'm coming to the
girl, I've been fasting too, like 18, 20 hours at a time.
Do it.
And I'm telling you, it has changed how it has changed my life is wild. Like just simply not eating as much, you feel better, you think better.
You think.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that
You
is
said that
the
at the same time, girl.
ticket.
Jinx.
The thing, see, that's what I was telling you about the brain fog. Like, I don't know, is it the sun and the food working in tandem? You know, like one of them, like I've had, I mean, I could probably, like I've had the most food I've had on the 2 Saturdays, like like during the week, I need to be able to think. But when I eat, it's like I swell in the gut, like just swell.
Yeah.
And people think I'm knocked up.
Yeah.
Okay,
this food is toxic.
So I'm telling you, it's like my whole. And then I ate something this morning, and I felt like it's just like you feel it going into your system. You feel it you feel it, and you feel that your body is already reacting to it. It's already reacting to it.
Yep, absolutely. So just simply eating less would change your life. And I've already lost so much weight, and you got all the fad diets and all this X, Y, and Z. When literally all you have to do is stop eating so much.
Right.
Literally, that is all you have to do, and drink water, water, water. It is not like you do not have to overthink this. If you overweight or have blood pressure or anything, literally, you do not have to overthink it. You just gotta stop eating so much and drink water. And when you're hungry, drink some tea. I'm like, that's literally what helped me to make it through. Because yeah, but homegirl, it's been such a pleasure speaking with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you guys came out. I'm so glad I got 4 people to come on today, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful because I'm telling you, sometimes it's hard to cam up. Even though I'm not on, I came on the scene for a few seconds.
Yeah.
And I came out, but
I know how it is. I know. So thank you so much for having me on. Thanks everybody for listening to me.
You're welcome.
It's been so long since I've been live. It was just burning in me. Like, man, I need to come on here and just say my piece and just explain what I had been witnessing just the past few weeks alone. And especially with the whole Montgomery brawl, I got a bunch of stuff stacked up about that. I looked into the numerological synchronicities of that, and how that's a whole psyop and the whole race thing.
Did
race
you notice
relations
there was no blood coming out of those people? Like,
Girl.
how many times can you whack somebody with a steel chair? Even the WWF was better than that.
That was a made for TV movie, sweetheart. I'm trying to tell you right now. Like, come on, the black and white relations are at their worst, and it's just gonna continue to happen that way. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and touch on that too on my channel. But everybody, thank y'all so much for listening. I got my daughter waiting, and thanks for having me up here, sweetheart.
You're
so
welcome.
God bless you.
You're
everybody.
so welcome.
I love y'all.
Thank
I'm
you.
out of here.
Everyone, Uncool
All right,
Paranoia. If you're not following her or subscribing to get over there, I don't know what you're doing, but do it. Get there. And I want to thank everybody else. Marcy T was on earlier. Before that, we had Derek C. Williams. And did we have somebody before that? Am I saying 4 people? If I swear I'm not forgetting anybody. But you guys, Marcy T, please drop your link in the stream, because I'm going to go ahead and wrap us on up. And I'm going to wrap us up and get back to some more work. But hugs to you, love to you. Thank you so much, Uncool Paranoia. Thank you so much, Derek C. Williams. Thank you so much, Marcy T. I appreciate you guys so much for watering the garden today, because I'm telling you, with all the things that are going on and, just day-to-day things, sometimes you need that little boost, sometimes you need that little boost to remind you of why you came here in the first place. And I'm glad you guys have stuck around for so long. The class of 2019/2020, you guys are always with me. Okay. It's called. Look at this thing. Please go over to Uncool. If you don't know the riddle, if you don't know the cadence, you'll know once you go over to Uncool's. Okay. All right. So I'm going to thank you guys. Let's see, really quick. A lot of people came in. AZ Infidel, Derek C. Williams, 22 Ronan was here. Independent Men United. Independent, send me an email and remind me. I'll see what I can do. Agent 48. Mentally Illust Radio. Fantastic, stimulating commentary. I love it. knowledge, dropping bombs on us, knowledge bombs on us. Drop your link in the stream. Feel free. Trying to make sure AZ Infidel was here. I really appreciate it. Marty Lauderdale was here. Marty, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys so much. And we need these conversations. You know, we know what the outcome. We already know what we need to do. It's just nice to hear from other people. Yeah, and that video, you know, it was a little bit crass, a little bit, you know, a little belligerence, a little expletives there, but you know, sometimes you got to hear it from the horse's mouth. You know, whatever it is, whatever they felt, they let them feel it. Okay. And by the way, on Cool Paranoia, you just got to let it, if it's burning, you don't hear, you can let it burn and swell. We need the swell around here. It's gone. We need that. Okay. So I really appreciate you guys. Have a great start to your week. Try to get back here ASAP. But hang in there, and you know, we have to endure to the end and put that armor on because we need it. Okay. And I love to you, Independent Many, but send me an email and just remind me. So even if I can do a little bit, I'll let you know for sure. And check your subscriptions because they've been trying to siphon them off around here too. Okay, guys. So check your status. Know your status because this comes up. This will come up if you go to a Doc in the Box, whatever it is. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy.